Welcome to Anyway Back to Us.
Yep.
I'm Val White.
And I'm Adam Podsednik.
We are a couple of...
We're just a couple.
Oh, we're not going to say how long?
Oh, I thought you were going to... Couple of fools.
A couple of...
All 19 years in less than a month.
I know. Can you believe it?
No, it's crazy. I can't believe it at all.
And
like,
so...
it flew by.
So we're going to be talking a lot about things that matter and things that don't.
Oh, that's one of your favorite phrases.
It is.
I know. You've been saying it for years.
For anybody that's new that doesn't know like what we're about, we live together, work together, love together.
Aww.
And try to approach that age-old question together of what's for dinner tonight.
Oh, dear.
So today's topic is astrology. This episode is called Written in the Stars.
Mm-hmm.
And I believe that our relationship was written in the stars.
For sure.
I mean, there's a lot of things like our ancestry and our, like, all of that stuff, which we should do. What are you doing?
These glasses. Okay. I don't need glasses. But I have this, like, eye thing. Like, it's, like, my eye's really dry, and it's really irritating. And I thought the glasses would, like, kind of hide that. So, like, they're fake. And I think I look really cute.
Well, mainly people are listening, so it's okay.
Okay. But I just don't wear glasses ever. You know me, like even sunglasses. Like you bought me Persols once, and I'm like, what do I do with these? $400 glasses. I think I lost them. I don't even know. But I am wearing them because my eye is kind of like irritated.
Yeah.
And I'm more irritated by the glasses than I am now. So I guess it's like taking away the eye irritation because now my face is irritated with these. So if I do this a lot.
Well, like I said, I think most people are listening anyway, so.
Okay. Well, if you are listening, envision me looking real cute with some glasses that I don't need and beautiful, a beautiful face. Okay.
So today's topic is astrology.
Yeah.
And we're actually going to have our first guest.
Yep.
Which is our dear friend and astrologer, Sarah Mykel from astrowithsarah.com.
Sarah with an H.
Sarah with an H.
Mm-hmm.
And I just wanted to talk about it with you first. Like, were you always like did your family believe in astrology growing up? Like, were you around that?
No.
Me neither.
No, I mean, I grew up, like, my father passed away when I was 3 and he was 20 years old. So my mom had me at 15. My dad was 17. So my mom was, 17 or 18 with a 3-year-old, and she couldn't, she needed to be a kid too. So I grew up with my great-grandparents, and I grew up in a really strict Catholic household. So I think astrology would have scared the bejesus out of them. But growing up as an adult, older, my mom and I reconnected, and we're closer now, and she's really big into that. And like you said earlier, like the stars are aligned and our relationship. Well, when we met, you have the same birthday as my mom.
The exact same birthday.
Exact same birthday.
I mean, not year, but...
No, but I mean...
that would really...
I don't want to age you, but you're only 10 years younger than my mom, which is crazy.
But she was only 15 when she had
Yeah, but 10 years to the day.
Yeah.
So, and when you two when you met her for the first time, I think you both had you talked about the stars and the Gemini season and the summer solstice and all that. And I hadn't really dove into that yet because you and I were really new in our relationship and I didn't know spirituality yet. So this is a newer thing to me, astrology.
When I was growing up, it was I wanted to always read the horoscope in the newspaper. It used to come out every week. You would have the horoscope. There was a really loud knock at the door. I think somebody just dropped something off, delivered something.
Yeah.
And it really made me jump. I was always, it was oh no, you can't do that. That's the devil's work.
Yeah.
It was forbidden. I couldn't, and I would sneak the newspaper just to read my horoscope.
It was in your newspaper?
Yeah, every week they would put out the big, the Sunday paper.
Yeah.
And they would have your horoscope for that week.
I would do the funnies, and that's about it. I remember the horoscopes being in Teen Beat.
Oh yeah, I used to get Teen Bop magazine.
Yeah, I never got them, but I would look at them at the grocery store while my grandma checked out because, like I said, I grew up with my great-grandparents, strict household. They didn't approve of that. Oh, but I think I used to look at it in the TV guide.
Did they have it in TV guide?
I don't know, but I'm aging myself so much right now. I used to look at the TV guides. I used to look, and that was my jam. That was my magazine back in the day.
It was really cool. I remember like looking who's on the cover, and I would be like,
Uh-huh.
"Can we get it this week? Can we get it this
Yeah,
week?"
yeah, yeah, yeah. I think I had it delivered. Like I was like bougie.
Oh,
Yeah.
your grandparents would splurge for the TV guide.
For that, but
Yeah.
nothing else really.
I remember like one of the first times that I, like outside of being under my parents saying like, "Oh, that's bad,"
Mhm.
like giving myself permission to look into like what is my horoscope, what does it mean, and then I thought, do you really believe it, or do you think that like some people use it as a crutch? Because I know that I use it as a crutch. I know that I'm like, well, I'm a Gemini. What do you expect? Like if I have
Yeah, you
bad
do.
behavior, I'm like, I'm a Gemini. That's what we do.
Yeah. We're okay. Our birthdays were 4 days apart, which is really odd, and we're different signs.
Yeah,
So, I kind of feel like when I was growing up, when I learned about it, I would pull the, well, I'm sensitive because I'm a Cancer, but then if I did something like,
crazy.
crazy, then I'd be like, well, I'm a Gemini because I'm a cusp. I use the word cusp all the time. Like I used it as like an attack. I'm like, you can't judge me because I'm a cusp. What does that even? I don't even know what it means.
You know what it means now.
Kinda. I'm really
It
excited to
means
talk to
that you're like
Sarah
on the
because
cusp of like you were on
oh
like
yeah,
one
yeah,
sign of
yeah.
the cusp
But
of
my
your.
signs, I still don't really know what it means. That's why I'm really excited to talk to Sarah because I don't know what all this. Like I got that app that you made me get, CoStar,
Co-star, yeah.
and it's fun and you make friends, but like it'll give me like whatever of the day. What is it?
Like the horoscope of the
Like
day.
a horoscope of
Yeah.
the day, but it'll say something like, today you are gonna throw a tantrum and throw your shoe at the wall, or today you and Bobby both want to write letters and eat the paper. And I'm like, what is this talking about? It says the most ridiculous stuff sometimes. Am I right?
Well, yeah, let's not get into that app.
Okay.
But I do think that it's like for me, I will read, or like I have the app and I'll read my horoscope and
Mm,
whatever. I think it's very strange that like a lot of times it's like you're gonna meet your true love today, and
yeah.
I'm like, well, I did 19 years ago.
Uh-huh.
But I kind of just take when I read it, I kind of take it as like, okay, sometimes they're wildly accurate, sometimes they're like I feel completely off the mark. But I always just kind of take it with like a suggestion and then kind of go like, okay,
Now that social media is so big, I do come across like the horoscopes a lot. And I'm still very hesitant to read mine because I know if I read it and it's like a little negative or not what I want it to say, it'll put me like in a kind of a bad mood. So, and I swear you not. Whenever I read it, because it's always Gemini Cancer, I'll read yours. I'm like, dang, Val's gonna have like a really good week, a really good month. And then I read mine, and I'm like, damn, what? Why am I not flourishing?
well, it's like you
But
always
I
say
always think like your horoscope is my horoscope. We are a
because you're a
team.
cusp.
Because I'm a cusp. There we go. But we are also a team. So if you have a good one for the month, then mine. If it's not that great, I'm like, well, whatever. I'll just ride on Val's coattails.
It's like Brene Brown says, like when she does this thing with her and her husband, it's like she shows up, I'm like, I'm at a 30 today. What do you have? And he's like, well, if you're at a 30, I can be a 50, a 60, a 70.
Mm,
Like
I love that.
you meet your partner where you are. So it's like that. You look at my horoscope, and if it's good, yours is kind of wah wah. And you're like, well, I'll just be a 30 this month.
But
And
that's why sometimes I kind of avoid it. Like I'm like, I don't even want to know.
well, you always say this when we talk about like, you remember the Matrix
Uh,
and the Oracle, and
yeah.
how when he comes in and knocks over the vase, and then he's like, she said something, oh, watch the vase,
Mm-hmm.
and then he knocks into it, breaks, and he's like, how did you know? And then she says, the question is, would you have even knocked it over if I hadn't said anything?
That's funny. You
It's
do
like the
that.
power of suggestibility.
You do that to me a lot.
I
Like
do
you,
what?
that exact thing, like the vase thing. You, because I'm a klutz anyway, and you will like 5 steps before something, you'll say, "Babe, watch out for the chair," and I'll be like, "Huh?" and I'll hit the chair.
Yeah.
You're the oracle.
I mean, I think so.
Bigger head, back to Val.
Anyway, back to Val. I forgot to say that in our intro that we live our lives and we talk about things and we talk about our lives, we talk about what's going on, but inevitably we always find a way to anyway come back to us.
Yeah.
So I am interested to talk to Sarah to see because we have sent her in some pre-questions.
Oh, I know. I'm really excited.
Which I'm really excited to hear about.
Uh-huh.
One more thing that I wanted to talk to you about was, you know how people are like, oh, you're a Cancer, you're a Gemini. I never date those. Or I get this a lot when I meet people, especially women. They'll say, what's your sun sign? And I'll say Gemini. And they'll be like, oh, Geminis are my best friends.
I never get that. And I'm a cusp. I'm a Gemini Cancer cusp. I don't know. I've always heard about the compatibility of like certain signs, and I never like took that on. I don't even know if Geminis and Cancers are compatible. I just know that you and I are. So
I don't think typically they are, but I'm not sure. I never really learned about compatibility in the zodiac. The only thing I know is about like the Chinese zodiac. Like because that's only because it's listed on the menu at the Chinese restaurant. It's like you're a snake, compatible with blah 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 blah. Avoid blah 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 blah.
Are you are a snake?
I'm
aren't
a
you?
snake.
I'm a dog.
Yeah, I mean,
but it makes sense for me and you.
Yeah,
that's so crazy.
I know. Even though snakes are like my least favorite animal.
Yeah, they are. I'm a dog.
But they're cunning.
Yeah, and I'm a dog, which is like loyal and people pleasing and
tail wagging.
Yeah, and I'm like always excited. Like I shake my ass when I meet new people.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm a golden retriever.
Yeah.
If you were a dog, what would you be?
If I were a dog?
Yeah.
Oh gosh, I would probably be like, what's a snooty little don't
poodle?
Talk to me dog? A poodle? No, I had a poodle when I was little and it bit me. Its name was Fifi, and it was old. Like we rescued it.
Fifi.
Yes,
oh.
and we got Fifi, and she was a big white old poodle, and she
was
missing teeth.
Oh no!
And then
like my horse.
And then her daughter was Jenny. Fifi and Jenny.
Sounds like a old New York, like an old mother.
Well, it was an old mother.
My first dog was Duchess. She was a Boston Terrier. She was cute.
We are so off topic.
What sign was Fifi? Let's get back to Dog.
Probably the crankiest. She was. What's the crab?
Cancer.
Oh. Well, why is it a crab though? I feel like crabs are like crabby and.
I don't know. And I used to get embarrassed when I found out that was my sign because my sign was the crab and 69. Well, I thought it said 69.
Oh, well, I mean that's fun.
Well, not as a child. They used to make fun of me, like when I was not a child, but like when I was like in high school. Oh, you 69, you got crabs. And I'm like, oh gosh. My last name's Podsednik. They used to already make fun of me, like sexual connotations like that anyway. So like when they found out my sign, it was a double whammy. So no.
All right, let's talk to somebody who really knows what they're talking about.
Please. I can't wait though. I'm really, really excited.
I'm excited too.
All right, let's do this.
All right. Today we are joined by astrologer Sarah Mykel of astrowithsarah.com. Sarah blends astrology with self-awareness, relationships, emotional insight, and personal growth, which is perfect because when the three of us are together, I think we act like 5-year-olds. So we need a little personal growth in our life. And it feels so strange to invite you, like, welcome, Sarah, because when you're here, usually it's just like, oh, come in. Where are we going to eat at?
Totally, just plop down.
Yeah.
It's always about food.
So how did you get into astrology, first of all?
Wait, I feel like, can we start with the fact that I was just in Philadelphia this past weekend? And so I listened to your podcast on my drive because I drove up there. It was so cute and good.
Oh, thank you.
I loved it.
We have no idea what we're doing. We're just doing it.
You guys are doing a great job so far.
Well, thanks.
Oh, it was like so fun to hear you guys. I was like, we're hanging out. But we weren't. And also, sorry, I know I'm now derailing this.
No.
But I was in Philadelphia.
Yeah.
To see Leia, the person that we know each other through, basically. I mean, Sophie, become a rabbi.
Oh, yeah. What do you call that? Rabbinized?
Well, graduating rabbinical school.
Okay.
Ooh, you were close.
It is close. Rabbinic. It was loose.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, do you like to be called an astrologer or an astrologess? But then I forgot to say that in the intro.
An astrologer.
Yeah.
Does
But I
anybody
have
like
what?
astrologess?
No, there's actually a whole episode on the astrology podcast about astrologer versus astrologist, and they somehow talked about it for like 2 to 3 hours. I don't know how they, I don't know how,
Sign me out. I don't want 2 to 3 hours.
but it's astrologer. I think most astrologers, yeah, use astrologer.
I like that better. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I also have other news, which is that I think I might be like departing from my astrology business.
Don't say that. We're gonna plug you at the end.
I know that's why I had to say something. Well, because I
Time,
do.
time is
What?
of the essence, right? You only have a limited amount of time to like book with Sarah now.
Yes, if you want.
This is
I'll
good.
take, yeah.
Good
I mean,
sales.
I still like it, but you know what happened is like I started listening to Abraham again, which
Uh-huh.
I don't
Abraham
know if we
Hicks.
want to like
Yeah.
talk about that, but
Yeah.
I'm really into it. And I was like, I like this so much better.
Oh. Can
Okay.
we well, wait, can't you blend?
I don't know. Yeah,
Sure.
I've been thinking about it. Can I blend? I don't know.
Sure.
Trademark it. Blend it.
Maybe
My
you'll be
friend
the
said
first.
Astro attraction.
Ooh,
You know
that's
what?
Isn't that
Actually,
good?
I did have an astrology reading once with a guy named Gregory Paul Martin, and he was huge on
Oh yeah.
A Course in Miracles and Law
Oh,
of Attraction. And
oh,
he blended his reading with like A Course in Miracles. He was like, "This is not nothing that I tell you is like predetermined. This is all just kind of like there as a suggestion,
Mm.
but you're the creator. Like ultimately, you're the creator of your life, and these are just things to keep in mind." And then he would like bring in like A Course of Miracles into it.
Didn't he read the Beatles?
Well, his dad was the manager of the Beatles
Yes.
for like a long time.
I
Oh,
know,
what?
So like
right?
he was 15 when he did his first professional reading, and it was one of the Beatles.
It was Paul
I think it was
McCartney.
Paul.
Yeah.
what?
I
Yeah,
know,
isn't that
right?
crazy?
Oh my God, did he get it right?
Well, some things. He told me that I should move to Hawaii, and I haven't done that yet, so maybe I should.
Oh,
There's still time.
There's still time to ticking.
Uh,
Maybe I can get there before you stop doing astrology readings. And you can tell me if you saw Hawaii in my chart.
yeah. Do I
There
see
we go.
astrology in here? I mean, Hawaii in here. No, yeah. I mean, I think the thing is obviously like astrology is very like fate based. Not that there's no choice, and like it's really just archetypes and symbols, and we can express those archetypes in like many different ways. So I think there is choice in that. But it is, yeah, it does create it brings up some interesting philosophical like thing problems or just
Problems.
things.
Yeah. Well, because I feel like a lot of people would just want like an answer. It's like, just tell me what's going to happen, or tell me where to go, what to do, and I'll do it.
Yes, well, that's why I got into astrology. I wanted an answer.
It's like Miss Cleo. You're calling in. Remember in the 90s
Yes.
Yeah,
when
like-
you would call in the psychic hotline and
How am I going to meet my husband? At a coffee shop. Okay, I'm going to go to every
Exactly.
coffee shop
Yeah.
every day.
what sign
Totally.
is it going to be? What time do I need to be there? Because I don't want to waste my day.
Totally. And I think when I got into astrology, and you asked like how did I get into astrology? And I've always been like, in these kind of healing arts, divination spaces, but I think I really got into astrology in 2020 like during COVID because I was like, what is happening?
You had a lot of time.
And yeah, I had a lot of time to study. But also it was more that I was like there's so much unknown happening, and like everything just felt so crazy, and I somehow started listening to the astrology podcast, and they would do these forecasts. They do like a yearly forecast, and then they do monthly forecasts, and I think it was just so helpful to hear them sort of make sense of like everything that was happening through what was going on in the stars and in the sky, and kind of being like, okay, every time this happens, there's like a new strain that comes out. And like it just gives some sense of like order to the chaos. So I think that's kind of what like drew me into really wanting to study it. And then I don't know, I just got like swept swept into it.
It's so funny. You became really into astrology in COVID, and I became really into the Kardashians.
I love the Kardashians.
I do too.
I mean, that's the same thing, right?
Well, I mean, it's kind of like this is your sign. Like, I'm totally like I'm kind of like on the cusp of like Kendall and Courtney, I think.
I don't
I'm a
know.
Kendall and a Courtney.
Kendall
wants to-
rising, Courtney sun.
Yeah.
No. It depends on the day because like you were Kylie for a while, then
I was for a minute.
I'm Chloe. I'm always gonna be Chloe.
You're always
I'm always Chloe.
I'm always
Chloe,
Chloe.
sun, moon, and rising.
There we go. Even I actually worked with them and they would assign me her. And
Oh,
she was
yeah.
yeah, and I was like, oh my gosh, she just keeps on coming up. So
But okay, this is a good question. What are the differences between sun and moon and rising and all that?
Yeah. So, your rising sign so I know there's a lot of emphasis on sun sign because I think that's something that everyone can know what their sun sign is based on if they know what day they were born, they know what their sign was, essentially. If you were born on the cusp where the sun changes signs in the middle of the day or something, there could be maybe some like uncertainty there. But in general, if you know what day you were born, you know what your sign is. So I think that's like a very easily accessible entry point into astrology. And obviously, that's like what most people know. And your sun sign is like if someone's like, what sign are you? What are you? Capricorn, Cancer, or whatever, Gemini. Your moon sign, but your sun has a lot to do with like how you express in the world, like your confidence. It's sort of like a central point where it's like wherever your sun is, like that maybe area of life, like whatever house it is, and like all the houses correlate with different areas of life, is maybe more important to you, or has something to do with like your career. Like sun can sometimes have to do with your career and your life direction. It kind of depends on the way that I study astrology. It depends on if you were born in the day or the night. So people who are born in the day, the sun is gonna be more expressive of who they are, versus if you were born at night, the moon will be more expressive of who you are in your life direction.
Oh, that's the best like way that I've ever
that
heard.
makes so much sense.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yes.
Like based on what you guys know about your own astrology or what?
Yes. Because like I'm a
No.
Gemini. I'm a Gemini sun and a
Like-
Leo moon.
You're a cusp as well.
Oh,
But I was born at like I was born on June 21st at like 6:20 or something. In
you
the
were born
morning.
like around sunrise.
Yeah.
So that would be like a little, people born in sunrise and sunset, it can be a little bit tricky because depending on like how close the sun is to the ascendant, like basically when you were born, was it light outside or not? Could you see?
Well, I don't know.
Well, you don't know, right? Wish we could go back in time. It's pretty close. It's like 7 degrees. So I feel like it's on the cusp, but it would make sense just knowing you. I don't know. You do express your Gemini. I mean, your Gemini sun and rising. So it's like, that's a lot of Gemini. But your
Yeah.
Leo obviously is present.
Really? I don't know about that.
Really?
I don't know.
You don't think your Leo is present?
I don't know. My mom
Where's
was
the Leo?
Oh, you don't think your Leo is present? Leo is like
Oh, I
the
were Leo.
performer.
Oh, okay. Well, then I guess.
Yeah, acting. I don't remember the time I was born. I feel like it was like around midday.
Yeah, well, she knows.
I know, you know.
12:58 p.m.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
So
I was
right in the
born
middle of the day.
during
your sun
lunch
is-
break. So
Yes.
I like to take lots of breaks. I'm lazy. And I like to eat. We already brought this up.
Yeah, Adam, your sun is right next to your midheaven, and the midheaven is the point of career. And it's the point in the sky that's like the highest in the sky. So it represents your like life direction, your reputation, like the part of you that's like the most visible.
Ooh.
So the other thing that comes with like sun, moon, and rising, so we only really talked about the sun, but the sun will represent a certain part of your life depending on your chart. So wherever Leo is in your birth chart will be represented by the sun. So Val, your Leo for you is your third house. That's siblings, neighbors, neighborhood, like short distance travel, communication, spirituality can be in the third house as well. So the sun for you in Gemini like represents those topics of life. And Adam, the sun for you represents your community, your friendship, your just like groups of people, alliances, and things like that. And so that's what the sun represents for you in particular.
I think that's all very accurate.
I think so too. Like spot on for me.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay, maybe you
Cool.
guys are convinced me to get back into astrology.
I do want you to like mix the two. Like I really think we're onto something.
Yeah, I do too. I think we should talk about that.
And anyone watching, this is Sarah's idea. Do not
Trademark.
Already
Astro
trademark.
attraction is mine.
Yeah, exactly. So is there anything in my chart that like stood out to you that you think like, oh, I have to tell you this?
Well, yes. Okay. Oh, I forgot. I had a notebook that I wrote down notes, but I don't even know where it is, and I didn't find it before I hopped on somehow. But obviously, you have so much Gemini in your chart, Val. Oh, and I didn't say this before. Let me just like quickly go moon and rising. So the moon represents your emotions, your mother, your body. Also, the moon is like really representative, like of your body. It's kind of like your not your incarnation really, but it just represents. It's like the planet that's the closest to Earth. So there's like this really like physical kind of element to the moon. And then your rising sign represents you. So it's the most like particular like it changed like your rising sign, the sign that's on the eastern horizon when you're born, that's your rising sign, and that changes every 2 hours. So it's very, it's like everyone born within a month of each other is going to have the same sun sign, but your rising sign like changes so quickly. So that's why it's so personal. And that really represents like you, your body, your health, your character, your identity. It's like that's you in the chart is your rising sign. And then also the ruler of your rising sign. So Val, for you, Gemini is your rising sign and Mercury is your chart ruler. And that represents like you. And you have Mercury in Gemini. So you're just like very, very Gemini.
Which means like
that you never know what to expect.
Gemini, so Gemini is an air sign and it's a mutable sign. So the mutability of Gemini really wants like variety and new experiences, and like the air signness of it is very social, very intellectual, very curious. Gemini loves to like explore different ideas and like share them. And I always think of Gemini as kind of like the social butterfly, and it's sort of like pollinating all these different, I mean, do butterflies pollinate? I don't know. Bee, social bee and butterfly. It's not a biology podcast, okay, people?
Next time.
Yeah. So yeah, it's like very curious, loves ideas, loves to share, loves to learn, loves to like gather information, very social. So you're very strong Gemini because you have Gemini rising, and then your sun is in Gemini and your Mercury is in Gemini, which rules your chart, and you have Jupiter in Gemini. So also I think Jupiter in your first house in Gemini adds sort of like a very generous quality and also like a wisdom quality. Like I feel like Gemini in general is a little bit more like gossipy, I would say, but then the Jupiter brings in like what's the wisdom? Like, or meaning Mercury in Gemini is like more about like maybe the details or like the individual like information, and I think Jupiter kind of synthesizes that and is like, what can we learn from this? Like what wisdom can we
I'm always
gather from
that,
this? Yeah. And so I feel like Jupiter in your chart is like pretty strong. Like I feel like I can see that as well.
What I got from that is that you talk shit, but then you say, but I'm right. And what can we learn? Like, how can you learn to be better?
There might be truth to that.
A little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like that could be like a little bit of the Leo as well. The Leo is like a very like me kind of sign. Anyway, back to me. We should have called
this anyway back to Val.
Yeah,
I know.
I heard.
I mean, she was trying to go over like moon and rising, and you kept on saying, but what about my sign? What about me? Anyway, back to us,
Anyway, back to us. And by us, I mean me.
Exactly.
And my sidekick over here. Something that you guys both have in your charts is that the ruler of your seventh house, which represents like partner, is in your first house. And that is usually just an indication that like partnership is really important to you and like to your
Aw.
growth and to your learning. And oh, cute little high five for any of the listeners. They high fived and held hands. So obviously, I think that's like very relevant for the two of you, that your partner is very important to you. You do
Hope.
everything together. Nope. Um, and then and you guys are both air rising signs. So Adam, you're a Libra rising. So Libra and Gemini are just like of the two air signs, especially like the so social. Like Gemini is all about like sharing information, gathering information, like loves like chatting. Libra is, I think, more about like the maybe like the one-on-one interactions, or Libra is like also very aesthetically focused. It's ruled by Venus. Venus is the planet of like love and beauty and balance and harmony. So I feel like um I feel like Adam, you're always like, okay, is everyone okay? Like, does everyone have like what they need? I need to make sure everyone is like feeling good about this like situation. Yeah, so I feel like it's a little bit more Libra to me feels like a little bit more personal, like in the social
Yeah.
engagement versus Gemini, which feels a little bit more like here and there and everywhere.
He wants to be on stage, and I want to
Yeah,
be mingling in the crowd one on
yeah,
one, saying,
totally.
"Can I get you a drink? Are you okay, sir? Can I?"
Totally.
Yeah, I'm a people pleaser.
Yeah, people pleaser is very Libra. And you have Libra rising, but you also have Mars and Saturn in Libra. And interestingly, so Mars and Saturn are considered the malefic planets, meaning they're more challenging. They tend to bring about, I don't know, like more challenging or more like extreme things. And in your first house, to me, that could indicate like some of like the illness stuff or like the issues with like your health. Sorry. But also Mars rules the seventh
Mars,
house of
Mars does rule.
Mars rules. Mars rules your seventh house of partnership. So that's also just bringing in those like topics of partnership into your like general life and like what's important to you as a person.
If I didn't have this big, huge, oversized shirt on, you would see the chills going down my arms.
Oh my
Yeah,
Everything
God.
is spot on. Like the health issues, which is
Yeah.
whenever we say anyway back to us, it's usually anyway back to Val. But whenever it says anyway back to Adam, he always brings up my health issues. And I'm like, can we not do that every time?
Well, it's written in the
Every
stars,
episode?
babe. It's
I
obviously
guess it is.
written in the stars that we
I
have to
should
talk
have saw
about it.
this coming.
Totally. Yeah. Um, yeah, is there any like thing? And then Adam, you also have Mercury and Venus in Gemini. And I think having the same Mercury sign creates because Mercury is the planet of like communication. I think having the same Mercury sign between two people can be really helpful because like you're communicating in like a similar, there's sort of like with Gemini, this like fast paced, like blah, 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 like, which is why I was like, when you guys were like, we're starting a podcast, I'm like, yes, why did we not think of this before? Like, it's so obvious. You guys should like talk. I mean, like, you like to talk.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah.
As do I, which is
Yeah.
why we get along.
So overall, you think that like our birth charts represent we're pretty compatible?
Yeah, I think so. I didn't really look at your birth charts for compatibility that much, um, because I was really focused on your celebrity crushes.
Oh yes, we did. Okay, so we sent you our celebrity crushes because I wanted to see if we're compatible with our celebrity crushes.
Yeah.
Who
Um,
goes first?
Okay, I'll go first.
well, I have a Leo moon, so I guess I will go first.
My celebrity crush was Sam Reed from
Yes.
Interview with a Vampire, a lovely Australian man. Tell me more.
And I feel this is where I wish I had my notebooks. I like wrote such specific notes. But you all have like some good compatibility here. You have your
I knew it.
suns are exactly trine, which trine means like 120 degrees away. It's like a really positive aspect. It just means like there's a lot of flow there. So yours is at 29 degrees Gemini and his is at 29 degrees Aquarius. So they're both air signs. Interesting. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. And they're both in your first houses. He's Aquarius rising. So that's also like another point of compatibility of like another air rising sign. And they're both like, it's kind of crazy actually. So his ascendant is like conjunct his sun and your ascendant is conjunct your sun. So that just brings, I don't know, maybe like that performer quality. Adam is like so mad.
No, just don't tell him this because I'm not gonna like. I'm not gonna like.
I bet your celebrity crush is not nearly as compatible. As
I don't care, but you're not gonna stop talking about it now. Like you're gonna try emailing him, try like writing him letters. We were meant to be together.
Sam, shoot me a little message.
Okay.
Okay, and then your moons are also in a sextile to each other, which is also a very positive.
We would be sex positive together.
Sign. And then your moon and your you guys have like so his moon and your sun are in a trine, that really positive aspect. That's like a really positive thing. And then your moon, like basically your like moon and suns like see each other, which is really nice. And then you have, I think you had some like Saturn, some Saturn things, which a Saturn aspect between two charts can indicate, I mean, it can be challenging, but it can also just indicate like longevity.
Because he's in Australia.
To be together forever.
Oh,
that will be together forever.
I thought you meant like longevity and like.
Like in distance.
In distance, I'm
like very far apart.
No, I really love the part where we can see each other's moons.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm okay with being the sidekick in that relationship because Sam Reed is amazing.
Okay, let's move on to Adam's.
I'll take it.
Crush.
Adam, I'm so sorry to tell you that you and your celebrity crush, according to like my methods, which like get it a second opinion.
Well, who's your celebrity crush?
My celebrity crush
is
Taron Egerton, but I had a few, but then I went with him because I had just watched Apex, that movie. So let's see.
But you've always loved him.
I've always loved him.
Okay, so let's hear.
Yeah, so it's not as compatible.
Not working, yeah, okay.
I would say stick to the relationship you've got.
With Val and Sam Reed? Okay,
with Val
I'll take
and Sam.
It.
Well, I didn't look at, Adam, your compatibility with Sam, but I'm guessing, because I do feel like you have compatibility with Val, obviously. So maybe you and Sam also have. Like, maybe it would be a good...
Thruple. There we go.
Thruple, exactly. Yeah. And Taron can just...
piss off. Taron can just piss off. You know what? I don't really think Taron and I would actually get along either.
Really?
Oh, really?
I just find him really cute, and I like how talented he is, but...
Totally.
Yeah.
His Jupiter is like pretty close to your sun, and I feel like a Jupiter sun, and actually, this is good, actually. I didn't even notice this before. So his Jupiter is in the same sign as your sun, and your Jupiter is in the same sign as his sun. And I actually really like that combination because I feel like it can make, like a Jupiter sun combination, and especially like having it double, I feel like can make it, like that can be like a really confident, like fun kind of vibe, like where you're like, oh, like, yeah, it feels very extroverted and very, so just kind of like fun and confident.
We're bros. Like, we're going to hang out.
Totally.
So there's hope. Okay,
there's definitely hope.
Taron Egerton and I would get along so well.
But you're like the sun and moon things. So, well, his sun is making a sextile to your moon. So I like that. But your moons don't see each other. Your Mercuries don't see each other. So I feel like there's some like mismatch in terms of like maybe the moon is also like your needs and like what nourishes you. So I feel like not having any compatibility there could be like an issue long term, I think. And then
he's like a one night stand. He's just like real quick.
And I think it would be really fun.
A really fun one.
Sounds good to me.
I'll take it.
That's all I wanted.
Because
Yeah.
yeah, your suns don't see each other, your moons don't see each other, your Mercuries don't see each other. So there's like just a lot of like mismatches, and your Venuses don't see each other, like as far as like your planets. But then the sun Jupiter thing I think is gonna save you.
Well,
But maybe don't go,
thanks.
yeah, maybe like if it comes up, go for it, but I
Yeah.
wouldn't pursue.
Okay. Thanks.
I'll be over
Done.
here pursuing Sam.
You already have been.
Oh, okay. How much more time do we have? I wanted to ask, like, I love all of this, but like, if somebody doesn't have a Sarah that they can call, I mean, they do, but for limited time only.
Yeah.
Um, how could they use Like, what would be the best way that you could tell people to start using astrology in their own daily life?
I think astrology is so fun. And I feel like the way that I kind of think about it now and what I wish for everyone is that they could know astrology. Like, I think it's so fun to be able to look at your own chart because if you can look at your own chart and kind of understand what's going on, you can look at it in so much more detail. It's like the amount of time I spend looking at my own chart is like just so much more than I could ever spend looking at someone else's chart, you know? Um, and you can really kind of get into like the nitty gritty, which I think is like just so interesting and so fascinating. And you can really be like, oh my God, I'm seeing, sometimes I'll look at my chart that I've looked at for hours and hours and hours already, and I'll see something new and be like, oh, that is this part of my life. But it's like, you just don't really have that opportunity when you're going to see like an astrologer. It's like they can only kind of give you so much, and you'd only want so much information from an astrologer too. Like it can be a lot because the birth chart, like the way that I'm coming to see it now is like the birth chart through like many of my teachers who are amazing. I guess I'll name them so people can look them up if they want to. Kelly Surtees is like incredible. She's like my main teacher. And then Larry Arrington, I've done a lot of like timing stuff with her, and she's amazing too. And through my work with Larry, I've kind of discovered, or like I've kind of come to understand the birth chart as like this timeless sort of seed that holds like all of the person's life, like all of the time of the person's life, but like without time having like unfolded yet. And then so it's like just pure potential. And then there's like these symbolic timing techniques that you can look at to kind of like your whole birth chart's not all activated at once. Like certain parts of your birth chart become activated through these symbolic timing techniques. And And so that is kind of like the unfolding of time is like the way that I look at it. And then the current transits, which people talk about a lot, including like, oh, Uranus is in Gemini right now, or we're in Mercury retrograde. Those are like current transits. And that those have some kind of impact on the symbolic like timing and like the unfolding of your birth chart. It's almost like I think of it as a tree. Like you have the seed and that has like all the potential, and then there's like the life stages of a tree, and that's sort of that symbolic timing maybe, and then it's like the weather and the does the tree have enough sunlight and enough water, and like those are the types of things that the transits kind of add on of like the environment that like allows the tree to reach certain types of potential or whatever, if that makes sense.
That was deep.
I feel as like, yeah, I was like,
So I'm trying to create a course, which I've just been doing so incredibly slowly, that you can find on my website, which is astrowithsarah.com, Sarah with an H. Um, that's like an intro course where you could like look at it and be like, okay, what is going on here? Like in the chart. Like I'm trying to explain it in a way that hopefully makes sense to people. And then, Kelly Surtees has like intro courses, and you can start learning it that way. And of course, I guess not everyone is like that interested in it. I think the thing that I struggle with astrology is like I think it's somewhat helpful. Like I think it's helpful, for example, for me, like I've in my career quote unquote or lack thereof been like I'm into this, and now I'm into this, and now I'm into this other thing. And you can kind of see that in my chart. And I think otherwise it's like I have some judgment on that, or I'm like, I wish I could just know what I wanted to do and stick with it. And you can kind of see, it's like nice to be able to see something in your chart and be like, oh, I am the way that I am because of this.
Right.
But which it has that, I think that is helpful. But I don't know, like I just find the helpfulness of it to be like limited for me so far. Other people obviously like love it. Um, but I find like the law of attraction stuff like so helpful like all the time. And I found myself looking at my chart and being like, when am I going to meet a, get into a relationship or something? And then I'm like, well, I don't see it this year and I don't see it next year. And it's like, that's not really a helpful mindset, you
No.
know?
Right. I mean, we could have a whole nother episode about law of attraction because that
Which we should.
Yeah.
which we should. I think I would have more to say. I would know more about that one.
Totally.
But
if
not I'm saying more than you, but I would have more to say definitely than I
Yeah,
have to say
yeah.
about this. But I do think like maybe for people like you and me, I could see this specifically that like law of attraction is more of a hopeful sort of way of looking at things, whereas
Yeah.
like astrology might seem like more like limited. Like it's like, oh, you're telling me this is all I'm working with, whereas like
Yeah.
law of attraction is like there's infinite possibility, whereas like, oh, this is my slice of the pie and that's all I got.
Yeah, like you were saying about the relationship. Oh, I don't see my charts this year and this year. And well, then like subconsciously you're not even looking. You're like,
Totally.
well, why even try? Because it's
Yeah.
not in my charts. When you could be crossing paths with your twin flame, whatever you want to call it. And yeah, I like the law of attraction. But I think the aspect of like blending the two is really interesting. Because like
Yeah, there's
I don't see
yeah.
it in your stars or charts this year, but you can do it, girl. Yeah.
Well, I think that I kind of
Don't let that stop
change your
you.
chart.
I always kind of think of it like this, like when I get a reading or whenever I even read my horoscope, like I have CoStar app
Mhm.
and I get my daily horoscope. I always think of like this is kind of like the way that you're kind of naturally like designed.
Yeah.
So it's like if I don't like that, then I know what to work on.
Yeah, totally.
Whereas if I like it, then it's like, oh, I can just be myself today, and then everything's gonna align for me. But like, if I don't like something, it's like, oh, I'm gonna keep my eye out for that and be conscious
Totally.
about shifting my thoughts, my actions, whatever.
Yes. Yeah, totally. And I do think maybe it can kind of indicate what are areas that are going to kind of come more easily versus areas that are maybe going to be more challenging.
So you can prepare.
Yeah, and then like work on the like your thoughts and your feelings with
It's
the
like
maybe more
when I was
challenging things.
when I was an acting teacher, I would have some kids come in that were like great dancers, and so we were like, okay, we know we need to schedule them in like more vocal lessons than dance
Mhm.
classes because
Totally.
they're already like naturally like I forget the word that I'm trying to use, which is crazy for Jim and I who
Dancing.
likes to talk a lot.
They're naturally dancing.
They're like just naturally like leaning that way. Like they're
Yeah.
more gifted in that
Yeah.
specific like expression. So I kind of look at the chart like what we're working with, you know, like how do I work with what I'm working with, like, and then
Yeah.
develop the other muscles.
So what you're saying is that with law of attraction, Taryn Edgerton and I can become lovers forever and ever.
Adam, this is what I was saying.
I
This
like
is
this.
everything. You just
Yep.
need to imagine it to be so. I'm being very. If we should talk about law of attraction. I really am
I think
passionate
that would
about
be
it.
a very,
we should.
very fun
Upcoming episode for sure.
Yeah.
That would be a long one. That would be a 2 or 3 hour, like the astrology one that you listen to.
I mean, that would be fun.
Uh-huh.
I love talking about law of attraction.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So if you don't want to have a reading with Sarah, because she might not be doing it by the time we release this podcast. No, I think you're interested in talking to people. I think that you always get really excited about it.
Yeah,
I do. I love talking to people about astrology. I think there's just something that and maybe it's just that I don't feel like I'm not practiced at it yet, you know, because I've only been doing it for, I don't know. I mean, I have been doing it for like 6 years,
Yeah.
but it's very complicated. Like it's and the interpretation, like I can understand the mechanics of it and the techniques of it, but the interpretation I think can be a trickier thing to kind of really
Right,
get
that
to
makes
it.
sense.
Well, just to let you know, you hit it right on the head for both of us.
That's true.
So maybe you just need like some like
confidence.
some like positive confirmation that you're really good at this. Like believe in yourself.
I'll take it. Thanks.
Okay. All right. Cool. So where do people find you if they wanted to talk to you and build your confidence?
So you can find me at astrowithsarah.com, ASTRO with Sarah.com.
With an H.
Sarah with an H. And my Instagram is Smykels, SMYKELS. Like, not that the easiest thing. But you can find that find me on Instagram, find me there. Find me at my new yet to be made website about the law of attraction. I don't know what to call it. I was like, should I call myself like a vibe doctor?
Ooh.
I kind of like that.
I like it.
But like, I don't like
need
law
to
of
talk.
attraction coach sounds like boring.
Yeah,
No.
it does.
Vibe
So many
doctor.
of
So
them.
we're gonna have to workshop this.
We are. Yeah. Ooh. Okay.
Ooh, all right.
That was really, really fun.
Well, thank you so much, Sarah,
Love you guys.
Mykel.
for coming and chatting with us.
Dr. Vibes.
And my favorite thing about this, aside from talking to you, was finding out how compatible I am with Sam.
Gosh, he'll never get over this. This is like made his year.
Anyway, back to Val and Sam.
Anyway, back to my health. No, I'm kidding. Okay, well, I had so much fun.
Thank you
Me
so
too.
much
Thank you
for
for having
joining
me.
us. And that was really fun.
Yeah.
And if anybody wants to go, astrowithsarah.com. And we love you so much. So thank
Love
you for
you
being
guys.
with us. I love sharing this space with you. And we will talk soon.
Talk.
That was fun.
It was so fun. I had to take my glasses off because the glare.
What do you think you learned from that?
That there's hope for me and Taryn Edgerton.
I don't think so, but I know that Sam better expect an email from me.
Oh my gosh. Like, I'm not going to hear the last of this, am I?
I mean, you know how I obsess about people or anything.
Yeah.
Like,
but you actually.
Like, she actually said, like, me specifically about my chart, like, not just Geminis in general, but like that, I don't care what most Geminis do. I care about me. And so when she said, like, specifically that, like, you're curious, you like to learn about a lot of different things, you like to talk about all the things you're learning, you're like a huge communicator. And I think that's absolutely spot on. But I also do the same thing about, like, if I see a celebrity that I like. I think we first saw Sam Reed in an interview with a vampire. Or maybe like we saw him in something else, but I think that's when he really stood out to me.
I think we saw him in the newsreader maybe first.
Oh, maybe.
I don't know what we saw him in, but I know that you fell in love with him and his abilities and everything as Lestat.
Yeah.
As should everyone, because he is the
best
perfect,
Lestat ever.
the perfect
Because
Lestat.
I've read all the Anne Rice books.
Yeah, you knew beforehand.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
I thought,
You don't think Tom Cruise did good? I don't think he did that great.
I mean, I
don't
think he
know.
was
I didn't
okay.
read.
I read the books and I had a vision in my head of what Lestat was, and I think the Sam Reed is much more aligned with what Anne Rice wrote. But anyway, back to me and Sam.
No, anyway, back to me about Taryn. You just took it over. I said Taryn Edgerton. You're like, yo, but me and Sam, and then you went. I knew this was going to happen for months and months.
I'm talking about astrology.
Okay, yes, but for me and Taryn Edgerton.
Okay.
She said there was a little bit of hope, and we would have fun if we ran into each other, which is fine. But I think when I said my crush, I've always had a crush on him, but I think it's because I had just watched Apex, and he had danced to that song, and he went, and it's all over like socials right now. I should have gone with like my gut. And who is like my crush that I had when I first met you? And every time I say it, people are like, what?
Seth Green.
Seth Green. I had the biggest crush on Seth Green growing up.
Well, we should call Sarah and have her read Seth Green's chart. But I think that you and Taryn are just like, come on, you don't even see each other's Venuses. Your Marges don't conjunct.
My Marges?
Yeah. Come on. There's no hope for you two.
Oh no, my Marge.
Your Marges don't conjunct. There's nothing in there.
Now that you're an astrology
I have
expert.
learned everything. Okay? I know.
You have to take over for Sarah now that she's leaving.
Now that she's like on the fence.
I know. I love that we had her on. She's like, I'm not really into it anymore. And I'm like, what?
So guys, if you're listening, just astrowithval.com. I'm gonna
Stop it. And all he's gonna do is talk about himself.
Probably.
You're like, what? Do you see a relationship in my future? I don't know, honey. But back to me. Sam Reed and I have been conversing.
Had a dream last night about us.
Oh gosh.
So-
but it's really interesting to like know all the planets and everything. And I like she did that right on the whim. Like she had taken notes because we had given her the names beforehand and she forgot them. But then when she started I saw her looking at the charts.
Yeah.
And she just like knew this knowledge that it made me want to learn more. Like it really intrigued me. I'm like, okay, I need to know like why my relationship with this person's like this and my relationship with my this person's like this, and I don't want to call names out.
Definitely made me feel like what we were saying earlier is that like I think it's really cool to have the information and then to not let it be like this is a blueprint for your life. It's like you take the information in, maybe you're like predispositioned to be a certain way because of like whatever, but then it's like a guide. It's like you can use it as like, okay, well then maybe I need to work on this area of
I need
my
to
life,
pivot,
or I need to like amp up this area of my life.
You were kind of like touching base on that before we got on the call with her, but I kind of felt like it was in a way like when I envision it, it's like, okay, my horoscope or my stars or whatever say this, and there's a fork in the road, and I would tend to go this way.
Yeah.
But because of what I know from my astrology chart, I'm going to choose the other path because it may seem harder or scarier because I'm uncomfortable and it's new, but this may lead me into a better existence.
I definitely think that overall, whether you believe in astrology or not, I think that people like to feel seen.
Yeah.
And validated. And I think that like if you don't have somebody in your life doing that, I think that sometimes astrology can be like, oh, yeah, that's so me. I feel so understood now.
Also, I think it can also give you excuses for why your life isn't the way you want it to be at this point. So you don't like, I think Sarah touched on this too. You don't beat yourself up so much. Like I haven't found the perfect person, or I haven't landed that perfect job, or I'm really like having a hard time. But my horoscope says something's going to be better in the future, or this isn't the year this is going to happen. So it gives you like, I guess, security to allow yourself to like have compassion for yourself,
or breathe a little.
Yeah. So I think you should use it with just grab it, put it in your toolbox with all the other things that you apply to your life. I really think that it's useful.
I think it's fun. I think it's useful. I think sometimes it's accurate. Sometimes it's not.
Sometimes it's funny.
I think you should, if you read it, don't like sell your house, move to,
Ottawa. I said Ottawa, Canada. You said Tahiti. Gosh, yours is so much better.
I was trying to think of like somewhere far away.
I would actually like to sell my house and go to Tahiti. Tahiti sounds nice.
Like don't like plan your whole life around what your horoscope says. I don't think. I mean, maybe you want to. I don't know.
Yeah. We didn't run into her. We know an individual really close to us, and she was really big. I think last year, or the year before. I think the year before when I wasn't hurt. In these, I don't know what the words are, but you will, I'm sure. Ley lines of where you're going to meet your partner. So,
or they have different like areas of your life. So like for this area of your life, this ley line is where you should be, or like romantic or financial, career, whatever. Yeah.
And then, so I was talking to the individual and they were like searching for their forever human.
I think it's called cartography.
Yes, I think so. And the line went through a few cities.
Yeah.
So they were like, well, I think my person may be in Chicago. And I'm like, well, that's like a 1,500 mile commute. But hey, okay. But it gives people hope.
People meet online all the time now.
We didn't. We were before online.
No, they had online. I met some people before you online.
It was okay. You were online. I didn't even have a MySpace. I didn't even know how to get online.
The first place we went, our first like outing together was a birthday party for you. Like,
we talked about it on another episode. Yeah. And that's what they got me for my birthday, a MySpace. And I never logged in. I don't even know can I find it now?
Sweet gesture, but what cheapwads.
I know. And that was in Beverly Hills. I made
you a MySpace. Happy birthday.
That was in Beverly Hills. And that was from like a community of friends.
Yeah.
But at the time, I had everything I wanted.
I mean, I love her.
I had you.
I'm not going to name who it was. I love her. I think she's amazing. She's very talented. But come on, MySpace. Don't get your friend to MySpace. Don't get your friend to Facebook. They can do that if they want it. What if they don't want it?
Okay, yes. Well, I did want it, though.
Okay, but you should have just done it for yourself.
I know. It was, I mean, they threw me a birthday party.
That was nice. That was nice. Yes,
it was at their house.
Okay, I take it back.
All the food.
That was nice.
You were up in the tree. Come on now.
Okay, so anyway, back to us. I really did enjoy today's episode, and
I really want to do a law of attraction one in the future.
I would love to do a law of attraction.
Bring Sarah back. Who wants to bring Sarah back, people?
Bring Sarah back. We didn't do any questions for each other this week. We didn't have any questions.
We didn't do our champagne
but let's do that before we go. What was your champagne and spill moment? So our champagne moment, for the people that don't know, are that part of your week which was extra sparkly, and then the spill is the part of the week which was obviously not so sparkly.
Let me start off with my spill.
Always.
This is going to be a good one because I'm on the, like, you put me on the spot here. I started this week not walking.
Yeah.
Laying in bed. I was in bed for about a week.
Because you have rheumatoid arthritis.
Because I have rheumatoid arthritis and I have gout and I had flare-ups and my knees were flared up and my feet were flared up and I couldn't walk at all.
You're making yourself sound really attractive.
I know. But my champagne moment is I can walk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Woohoo.
Yeah. I started walking yesterday and I feel like
dancing.
A young 65-year-old.
A spring chicken.
A spring chicken. I do. No. So yeah, I think my health journey right now is my champagne and my spill.
Yeah. It's ups and downs.
It is.
Highs and lows.
What's your champagne?
My champagne moment is I was working on a sales page yesterday for a course that I'm doing. Not a course, a workshop. And I learned how to actually go in and write code.
I saw
by myself.
I saw.
I mean, there were a lot of spills along the way, but I was finally able to ingest some champagne in there.
Yeah.
Because it worked, and I was like, "Oh, I'm so smart."
I know, I was there, and your spill was.
I mean, there were a lot of spills before that.
Okay, so the spills led up to
probably the whole thing.
So you did the same as me. You started with some spills, and then you ended up having a champagne moment.
You are a lot like me because you're a cusp.
I am a cusp. I should have brought that up with Sarah. I'm like, can you do 2 charts? Because I'm a cusp.
All right. We hope you enjoyed today's episode. We will talk to you next week.
Yay.
Same time, same channel.
Bang, bang, Batman.